The night I found out my husband was hiding $85,000 in credit card debt, I thought it had to be a mistake. It started with something small, a notification on our banking app. At first, I almost ignored it. We both had busy schedules, and random alerts weren't unusual. But something about this one felt off, so I opened it. And that's when everything began to unravel. My name is Melissa Grant, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I work full-time in a healthcare office. My husband, Eric, works in sales. We've been married for 12 years. We built what I believed was a stable life. A modest home, 2 incomes, no major financial struggles. At least, that's what I thought. That night, I logged into our shared account just to double-check the notification. Instead, I noticed something strange. A credit card payment I didn't recognize. It wasn't one of our usual accounts. The name of the card issuer looked unfamiliar. At first, I assumed it was just a mistake, maybe an old account I had forgotten about. But something didn't sit right. So I clicked into the transaction details, and what I saw made my stomach drop. The balance on that card was over $14,000. $14,000 on a credit card I didn't even know existed. I immediately called Eric. He answered casually, like everything was normal. "Hey, what's up?" I didn't waste time. "Eric, what is this credit card?" There was a pause. A long one. Long enough for me to realize something wasn't right. "It's nothing," he said. "I've just been using it for a few expenses." Nothing? That word didn't match what I had just seen. $14,000 isn't nothing, I replied. He hesitated again, then said something that changed everything. "I was going to tell you." That's when I knew. This wasn't just one credit card. That night, after he got home, we sat down at the kitchen table, and for the first time in our marriage, we had a conversation that didn't feel like a partnership. It felt like a confession. I asked him one simple question. How much debt are we actually talking about? He didn't answer right away. He just stared at the table, avoiding eye contact. And then finally, he said the number. About $85,000. For a moment, I thought I heard it wrong. $85,000 on credit cards? I felt like the ground had just shifted beneath me. Because in that moment, I realized something far more serious than the money itself. For months, maybe even years, my husband had been living a completely different financial life, and I had no idea. I thought I knew everything about our finances, but that night, I realized I didn't even know the truth. That number stayed in my head all night. $85,000. I didn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I kept replaying that moment at the kitchen table. The way Eric avoided eye contact, the way his voice dropped when he said it, and the way everything I believed about our finances suddenly felt uncertain. The next morning, I did something I had never felt the need to do before. I went through everything, not just our shared accounts. Everything. Credit reports, bank statements, old emails, anything that could tell me the full story. Because at that point, I didn't know what was real anymore. And what I found made it worse, much worse. It wasn't just one credit card. There were 5. 5 different cards, each with its own balance, each one hidden in a different way. One had around $14,000, another was close to $18,000. One card had passed $20,000, and the rest, smaller amounts that still added up quickly. Altogether, it came out to roughly $85,000. I sat there staring at the numbers on my laptop, trying to make sense of it. How does something like this even happen? When Eric came into the kitchen, I didn't yell. I didn't argue. Not at first. I just turned the screen toward him. "Is this all of it?" He looked at it for a few seconds, then slowly nodded. That quiet confirmation hurt more than anything else because it meant there was no misunderstanding, no mistake, no missing piece. This was real. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. He ran his hand through his hair, clearly struggling to explain. "At first, it wasn't that bad," he said. "I thought I could pay it off before you ever noticed." That sentence hit me hard because it explained everything. It didn't start as $85,000. It started small, a few thousand here, a few charges there, things that didn't feel urgent at the time, but instead of fixing it, he hid it. And when the balance is through, so did the silence. Late payments turned into minimum payments turned into more debt. And before he realized it, it had become something he couldn't control anymore. "But why hide it from me?" I asked again. This time, his answer was quieter. "Because I was ashamed." Ashamed. That word changed the tone of everything. Because suddenly, this wasn't just about bad financial decisions. It was about fear, ego, and the pressure to look like everything was under control, even when it wasn't. But understanding that didn't make it easier, because while he was trying to hide the problem, he was also putting both of us at risk. And the hardest part wasn't the debt itself. It was realizing that for months, maybe even years, we weren't making financial decisions together. He was making them alone. I wasn't just dealing with debt anymore. I was dealing with the truth that my partner had been hiding it all along. For the next few days, our house felt different. Not louder, not chaotic, just quieter, like something invisible had settled between us. We still talked, we still went through our routines, work, dinner, sleep, but underneath all of it, there was tension, because once trust is shaken, it doesn't just snap back into place. A few nights later, we sat down again. Same kitchen table, same place where everything had come out. But this time, the conversation wasn't about what happened. It was about what we were going to do next. I asked him something simple. "Can we even fix this?" He didn't answer right away, because the truth was, fixing it wasn't going to be easy. $85,000 in credit card debt isn't just a number. It's interest, it's stress, it's years of consequences. So we started with the basics. We listed every card, every balance, every interest rate. Then we created a plan, a real one. We cut back on everything we could: eating out, shopping, subscriptions, anything that wasn't essential. Eric picked up extra hours at work. I adjusted our budget down to the smallest details. Every dollar had a purpose. And for the first time in a long time, everything was out in the open. No hidden accounts, no secrets, no surprises. But even as we started making progress, the emotional side didn't disappear. There were moments when I would look at him and think, how long was this really going on? Moments when trust felt fragile, like something that had to be rebuilt slowly. And to his credit, he didn't avoid that. He answered every question, showed every account, gave me full access to everything. Not because I asked him to, but because he knew he had to earn back something much bigger than money. Time passed, slowly. The balances started going down. Not quickly, but consistently. And with every payment we made, something else started to change too. We communicated more about money, about stress, about decisions, because we both realized something important. This situation didn't happen in one moment. It built up quietly, through silence, through avoidance, through fear. And if we wanted to make sure it never happened again, we had to change more than just our finances. We had to change how we communicated. Looking back now, the hardest part wasn't the debt. It was the truth behind it. Because money problems can be fixed, but broken trust, that takes time. He hid $85,000 in debt, but what hurt the most wasn't the number, it was the silence behind it. You discovered your partner was hiding $85,000 in debt. What would hurt you more, the money or the broken trust? Relationships and finances are deeply connected, but silence can make things worse. Leave a comment. What would you do in this situation? Like if this story felt real, and don't forget to subscribe to Dollar Confessions for more real money stories.